What's going on, people? We're back with another weekly watch list this week covering IWM and SPY, the only two tickers that I trade. So first things first, if you have been checking out the watch list videos, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you very, very much. So thank you for checking those out. Let's jump right in. So this week I'll be traveling, so I don't know how much trading I will be doing. I'd like to get, just a couple in potentially, but only if I see, the absolute best of the best setups possible, and I give myself enough time to execute those trades. All right. So starting off with IWM here, support and resistance, previous high, previous day low. Those are always the first two things that I have marked, right? So you can see Friday's high, Friday's low, usually in between the previous day's range. That's where you see a bit more choppy and price action, and when you break that range, that's usually where you might see better price action, more follow through. It can be really frustrating sometimes when you're in the previous day's range, and you might see things like dojis or bear hammer, bull hammer, all those things, and there's no follow through. You'll see like a 5-minute like bearish hammer, and next thing you know, there's just a fucking bull momentum candle next. It's just the worst. So I do see better price action outside of the range. So first resistance is going to be Friday's high, which is going to be up here at this 187.7, and I do have this 187.92 previous rejection from earlier in the week. So just this whole zone up here, this 187.92 all the way down to this 187.6. So this whole zone here is going to be my first rejection. If we break over that, the next rejection that I do have above that is actually going to take us to, I believe, the 4-hour here. So let's pop open the 4-hour, and it's going to be a supply zone. Yeah, so on the 4-hour here, all right, if we go all the way back here to, looks like September, we have a supply up here. And what do I want to see in a supply zone? I want to see a smaller green candle followed by a larger red candle, right? So this is going to be the last time we had any sort of like major rejection. So that's going to be up here at this 190.12 all the way down to 189.89 supply, right? So that's going to be my next rejection if we get over this. So we'll see about that. As far as support and Fibonacci go, you'll actually see today on SPY and on IWM, I really don't have any Fibonacci levels, just because of the range we've been in. Like usually you want to see swing high and low, and you could say, okay, yeah, you have a swing low here and then a swing high here for Fibonacci on IWM. And again, I like to use Fibonacci in the sense of, does it match with any of my current previous and support levels? And the only one you can really make of here is probably this 50 fib here, which was a previous low from, looks like this was Thursday. So Thursday's low was right around the 50 fib, and then potentially this next higher risk support, which I'll get into next, could be around the 61. So you could make an argument there as well. So I'll have that on watch a little bit for IWM, but for SPY, once you see the range and what I'm talking about, there's really no swing high or lows. So in regards to support for IWM, again, Friday's low. Below that, I actually do need to change this real quick. And just for my own system, if you guys are wondering, I do keep zones and levels, like previous day high and low, on the chart if they're not met. So for example, like this was Thursday's low. We pushed up Thursday, stayed up in the pre-market, and then just made new highs. So I kept this level here. So that's going to be my next support down. And I keep the previous high and low as white, zones gray, and then if we pass those levels or we don't touch them again, I make it red for rejection, green for support, obviously. So next support is going to be down here at this 183.4 area. All right. After that or below that, this is going to be a little bit higher risk. Okay. A resistance to support flip. You can see this was previous resistance. It was a zone that had already on the chart this day and had a nice rejection play on this day. And as you can see here, obviously support on this giant run up here, which was last Friday. So that would be my next level down. If we do break that, then I have this big zone down here at this, 179, 178 areas, 178.14, like kind of all the way up to this like 179 level. That would be my next support. All right, I mean, if we get below that, then of course you can see down here, my very bottom one would be this 177.2, but I don't think that's very likely, but we'll see. So let's go over to SPY to wrap things up. Again, starting with 1 hour, and just right off the bat, as you can see, the range that we've been in, it's really not ideal for Fibonacci. Fibonacci, you want to have swing highs and swing lows. Clearly not really getting that here, so I'm not really looking for any fibs, but Friday's high, Friday low, see a break of that range, we could obviously reject this. So when the price action is, coming up to these levels, I'm looking here at Friday's high. Are we going to reject? If we don't reject, then we're looking for a break and a retest to have a resistance to support flip. Same thing down here. Are we going to bounce at Friday's low? Are we going to break, retest, always waiting for the retest to make lower lows, right? So that's what I'm looking for first. So below this Friday's low, my next support is going to be here at 456.3. Below that, I have down here at this 454.3. And then what I've been really waiting for all week is this down here. I think this would be the highest probability, right? So this is, again, another zone. This was Thursday's low of day, and we did not touch it really Friday. So again, this was in pre-market. So I still kept that zone on the chart, and since it's no longer the previous day's higher low, I did mark it green. But again, this is more higher risk. If we break this, if I'm in a trade here, I probably would look to take profit here at this level, but I would expect us to potentially break through this level as well, all the way down before here. Now this one I also consider a bit higher risk as well, because you do have a nice touch here, almost a touch here, but these touches here are in the pre-market, so I don't believe they hold up as much. This one down here has been like much stronger support, and it has been, twice very strongly. So this one I've been watching like all week. So this 453.3 is going to be my higher probability support. So again, you have these two here, but I feel like this one's going to be a bit more higher probability, right? 453.3 all the way up to, I believe, 0.8. Let's see. So rejections on SPY. So again, if we break this high, retest, and move up, my next and only rejection is going to be 462.23, which takes us all the way to the weekly. That's the last rejection we have here, right? So all the way here at this weekly, that's where I have our next rejection. So there's a very high chance we test that this week. And then again, no Fibonacci's this week here for SPY. So that's going to be the one I'm watching this week. All right, I hope these videos can help anyone even in the slightest way, even in 1%. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it greatly. And if you're watching this, I wish you the best this week in life, relationships, business, careers, everything. And it's a great time of the year, holiday season, hopefully for you. And I do wish you a well week. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in next week's watch list. Peace.